What has changed for me? Well, firstly, good morning at this rather unearthly hour. I would actually find it easier to say what hasn't changed for me because literally everything has changed. If you go right back to kind of like the whole wheel of life, and I mean, one of the things the first thing I've done is literally on my watch. Now I've got literally the wheel of life, which is, thanks to Stevie that I've got that in my life, so I'm far more aware of getting balance across all of the areas of my life. That's a massive, massive thing. The importance of personal relationships and like unconditional love, that's a massive thing. I'd never ever thought that like a business coach would ever sort of be talking about that sort of stuff. I think probably my biggest takeaway is that my goals have just probably, I've lost count actually, if I'm honest, how many times I've actually reframed and moved my goals, not only moved my goals on, but made them bigger, but also brought them forward as well. So one example of that is I always had a goal, had a massive fear of public speaking, I couldn't do it. And I first got into coaching as a result of being putting myself forward to speak at the NEC at Birmingham, which I did. And following that, I kind of decided that by the age of 50, I wanted to do a TED Talk. Well, since working with Stevie, I'm not actually even 45 yet, and I'm now doing the TED Talk in November. So something that I saw before as being like a huge, massive, almost unattainable, big, hairy-ass goal is actually now probably like 7 weeks away. And it's kind of making you realise what you are actually capable of beyond what you really think. And then, for me, that's probably the biggest thing. My kind of whole like motivation level is very much kind of like somebody's ECG. I am fiercely motivated. If someone says to me you can't do it, then get over yourself because it's getting done. No drama, it is getting done, let's be clear on that. But do I have days when I've got zero motivation? Hell yeah, but I'm a human being, Before I'm a contractor, a developer, a podcaster, an author, I'm actually a human being, and I'm a dad, and I'm a stepdad, and I'm a husband, and all of those things mean that at times your mental health just sometimes is not absolutely nailed on your A game and on point. So my motivation isn't always 100%, but for the most part of the time, it's at 125% because shit is getting done. Let me just tell you that. It is getting done. And that's why I like working with Stevie, because it's like, right, what are we doing? Like, bang, 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 let's do it. And he always comes back to me, he's like, I can't believe you've done it already. I'm like, well, I've said I'll do it. In the story, it's like my words and my bond. I've said I'm doing it, it's getting done, and it's getting done now. So, yeah, for me, it's kind of like, yeah, I am quite motivated, but I have got some massive goals. I've got some massive personal goals, but I've got a lot of goals about actually giving back and supporting other people as well. And I need to be not just doing it for myself, but I need to be leading by example. One of the things that Stevie always hammers me for is if I don't post twice a day on social media, he's like, where are you? Why are you not posting? People are expecting you. Other people are motivated by the content you put out there, and I found that really hard to understand and to believe that people would be. And it was only when I actually started getting messages from people saying, do you know what, you are actually massively motivating. And I was like, okay. And I think for me, that kind of just killed the last like little 2 or 3% of like, is this stuff real? When I started seeing stuff like that come back, and when I did a post last year about going to see a counsellor, and it was literally a video the night before. It was like a little vlog about the fact that I was going to see a counsellor, and that if by me talking about it could help other people, then that would be worth doing. And the response I got to that was just like phenomenal from other people, and the fact that just me talking about my journey helped other people to recognise where they're at and go and get some support and help. Because I'm not a qualified mental health first aider, I can't help people from that perspective, but I can have conversations with people about where they're at and talk to them about what their struggles are. And if that sort of stuff helps other people, then hell yeah, I'm all in for doing that. Legacy, really, building legacy. So my legacy now really is that I want to do 25 TED Talks by the time I'm 50. So I've got two streams I want to do, because I will only talk about stuff I know about. because I believe you've got to be authentic, you've got to be real. So the two things that I talk about is construction industry and helping people within the property world who want to get into property and want to get into projects, by sharing my construction experience and my knowledge of the industry and helping educate them. So that's one legacy. And the other thing is actually talking about the mental health agenda, and helping people with that. So they're the kind of the two big things that I want to talk about and break some barriers down around. But there's also other subjects like the menopause, like toxic shock syndrome, like children actually abuse their parents by their behaviour. There's all sorts of subjects that a lot of people either don't have the confidence to talk about, or don't feel that they're able to talk about because they've got a paid job where they've got a boss who might actually have an opinion on that and they might get some stick. I don't have that, so I'm pretty free to speak about whatever I choose to. And I think if I've got the ability to use my voice to actually get some traction and get some support around those kinds of issues, then I kind of feel compelled to do that. So really for me, it's kind of using that platform to be able to support and help other people.